Hey, Ben.
Hey.
Hey, you can see, we can see your face.
Yay! It only took us about a month.
Yeah. How you doing?
Really good. Really good. How
Okay,
are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Tell me about how you're really good.
Um, Basically, I've sort of taken myself like out of Anna's, and I've been doing a lot of hard thinking over the last couple of days about the direction that I want to take for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really excited.
Okay, cool. That's good.
I'm not gonna get into, like all the, like sort of stories,
Yeah.
but basically, so the sort of dynamic between Anna and I wasn't working.
Yeah.
And so I've made the decision to go back to Sydney,
Right.
because I want to pursue this business as direct sales.
Yep.
And I think that there is a lot of opportunities that I can take advantage of in Sydney to take my business to the next level.
Yep.
And I've got the full commitment to myself to stay 100% focused, to not let myself deviate
Yep.
from my path,
How do you,
and to go back.
because sometimes we can have that plan and that's great. So what I'd like to do is solidify your plan of action, because
Yep.
what happens, we have to have go-tos.
Yep.
So that when I, like, just as an example, if I know, for example, that if I'm feeling really shitty and I'm in a bit of a funk and it's like I lose traction and I'm just all over the place,
Yep.
I do not ring my mother.
Yeah.
Because it's not healthy for me and it doesn't serve me. But I know that for me to get back on track when I'm in that state, rather than just sit around and mope around for, a week or two or whatever, I know to go to a certain person. We have an agreement that says they will kick my ass or give me the nurturing and then kick my ass, but they remind me.
Yeah.
And I can't, me sitting there reading stuff and doing stuff, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
So but I've got to have that tangible go-to so
Yeah.
that we don't derail ourselves. That's
Yeah.
the secret of success, not going too far off the rails. So
Yeah.
what's the plan of action?
In terms of like what my go-to is to make sure I stay on the rails.
Yes.
So every day, I always specifically one video by Gary V.
Yep.
That it's always in the first 5 minutes that always just fires me up and focuses me.
Yep.
And so I've watched that every day. The first 5 minutes of that keeps me on focus.
Yep.
And then gives me the, like sort of focus of what I need. Yep. To like continue like sort of evaluating like what I did yesterday. What do I need to do today?
Yeah. It kicks your ass for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. Good. And that's on your desktop or somewhere close handy?
Yeah. So it's in my YouTube clips. I've saved it like on the left-hand side there. So it's always easy access.
Beautiful. Okay, cool. Good. Okay. So keep going with what else you're doing.
As when we last spoke, we spoke about the journaling for success. So I bought myself this bad boy.
Yeah.
So I've already, like started going into it. It's still, like it's getting there. There's a lot of, like stuff that if it's, something that's just, like on my mind that I just need to just get out.
Yep.
You were right in saying that, like there's a level of relief that goes into it when I just put it on paper and I get it like, kind of, like sort of, it just reminds me of, like Harry Potter, like with the diary, they're just less of the, like negative, like sort of not negative gearing, but, like all that sort of like negative sort of thought process that goes on in my head when I start getting into my own head. As soon as I put it on paper, it's basically like, just that thought that's in the book.
Yeah. Okay. So what you want to do is after you've processed that, because you can tell you have a feeling in your body that once it's done, it's like, yep, it's out.
Yeah. And then I can move forward.
Yeah. Once you've done that, the trick is I actually keep like 2 diaries, one for shit, and I actually just run it out on the, the simple spiral bound ones, the real thin cheap.
Yeah.
you don't want to give any energy to shit. So,
Yeah.
but what I do is I go forward once I've done it. Now, here's the thing. I actually, for me, I'm a, for me to fully process it, I speak it out. So what I do after I've read it out loud, and it's like, once you actually hear it out loud, it's like, ew. I read those pages out. So I end up with just the front and back covers of the shitty one. But every time I come up with good ideas, I have and my other good stuff.
Yeah.
I write it down or video it.
Yeah. I wanna keep both like in the one book, because I think it's important for me to use the book not only like just as a journal, but as a time capsule as well.
Okay, cool.
So like, because it's already, you know, like I had a look at it today, and like I can already see, you know, that you know, I put down like on Friday the 13th, I put down, you know, like that I'd just write a short thing, you know, like just, you know, how I was feeling at the time. And it was saying that, you know, like, although I miss my friends in Sydney, the fact that I don't want to go back to Sydney because I'm deathly afraid of it, you know, but it's important for me, especially today, you know, sort of going back to it. It was like, so the 13th was only what, like a week and a half or something ago, or almost 2 weeks ago, that it's crazy, just like, you know, how sort of time works and how quickly, you know, like a sort of thought process just shifts.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good. I'm so glad you've done well with that. Cool. So did you was there anything else with moving forward with what you've got and where you're up to and what your plans are?
So basically, like once I get back, so it's just going to go straight into, I'm focusing on, you know, like the health and fitness market. To go in there, obviously not to start talking about Enagic, but to sort of start, you know, like collaborating with, you know, like gym owners and, you know, like supplement shops like ASN and stuff like that, to sort of like gauge, like, you know, where their sort of thought process is with, you know, like where health and fitness is concerned versus like water, hydration, and, you know, like not so much replacing those supplements, but obviously, you know, like change your water, change your life.
With them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're working on is a strategic relationship alliances.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Exactly.
And so have you mapped out your plan and who you speak, like which suburbs, which companies, what places, and, you know, like set out, you know, basically find out who their name is, organize, develop your presentation.
Yeah.
And so that when you walk in there, they pay attention to you.
Yeah.
And nurturing that relationship. So make sure you've developed your plan.
Of course. So what I've started working on is basically formulating, like, because I don't want to do any presentations, because like first and foremost is I don't want to go in as a salesman. I want to go in as somebody who's actually, you know, like, so we've got this product, but like first I want to gauge where the, you know, like gym owners are with their perception of, you know, how, you know, health and fitness relates with water and how that can be, you know, upscaled or, you know, or capitalized on. And coming in just as a sort of, you know, like I'm actually just doing the research first.
Yeah, good.
So I've already gauged, you know, like when I get to, you know, like home base, I'm going to set up home base in Coogee at my mum's place. There's a huge gym just there on Coogee Beach. And I've already worked out, you know, like who the gym owners are. I know there's one that's primarily there on a regular basis, and he handles operations.
Yeah.
So once we get closer to this weekend, I'm going to see if I can set up an appointment with him, and then just go in and just be like, dude, you know, like, let's just go, you know, like for a coffee, or let's just go for a walk. And just so I can kind of gauge as part of research, like how you feel about this particular subject. And, you know, if it's something that you would want to work with moving forward.
Yeah. So what you want to do is have a series of questions. When I say presentation,
Yes.
I mean
Yeah.
the points, the key points that you need to touch on. A, to make the meeting worthwhile,
Yep.
and B, how can you offer value to them?
Yep.
Okay, because when you know that you have the capacity to offer value, but you're seeking to find out, you're going to have to sort of get really clear on the questions you want to ask, or at least have the answers to by the end of the time together, or at least nurture that relationship so that you're not just wasting time and money entertaining these people, that you both come out with a serious outcome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like one of the steps that I've already taken, which is already going to help me guide the conversation, is I put out a questionnaire to, like close friends and, like a couple of other, like entrepreneurial groups on Facebook, where it's basically asking questions like around how often people go to the gym.
Yep.
Like how many days a week they work out, all the, like sources of water, or like how much water they drink every day and where they source it.
Yep.
And it's already like I'm already starting to see trends where, like people going to the gym over 3 times a week.
Yep.
They're drinking like just normal tap water. But there's also a lot of people that are drinking soft drinks, Gatorade, etc., etc. So I think that like once I actually like just sort of like focus on those results, I can actually come up with, like a sort of statement where I can say, okay, so, the majority, like and you would probably know this, that like there are people that would come to your gym more than, like 3 times a week. And, they either just drink tap water or they drink, like sort of supplements, but like what you're going to see, or like, see, that's where I need to figure it out, is whether, like they know or not,
okay, so
like what's in water, and how, like change your water, change your life can obviously complement the working out process. And, if they're taking supplements and antioxidizing benefits of alkaline water.
That's right. So that's where I talk about with your presentation.
Yeah.
Okay? Because what you want to try and do to be able to add value to people, you want to be able to try and a really good end result from that, what you can offer is say, look, there's some really serious science and information around hydration, and let me tell you, mate, water ain't water. What I'd like to be able to offer you, your people, is at a certain time where if people really want to enhance their results with their workouts, if they want to improve their health with only changing one little thing, you don't talk about what that one little thing is. That's your piece of gold. And you do a presentation to small groups of the gym. So each gym, you might organise a presentation where you have, even if you end up with 5 to 10 to 50 people, you have like the event that the gym members can come to. The gym owner will see you as serving the gym members, but because you organise your presentation, and you can get a lot of information off, like there's one, we've got it set up for us, magicwater.com.au, but you can look at some of the presentations that are done in there, and you can then, there's some demonstrations but also explanations and stuff. You can craft your own 30-minute presentation.
Yeah.
And it's just for information delivery. If people are interested, then you can offer a consult or private one-on-one if people want to have a chat about their particular situation. But you'll be able to figure out your call to action / offer and invite them onto into your hydration group, so that they come in and start to feel like they're educating themselves around the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some like, because I've already watched a couple of times. So, and like there's a huge like 2-hour demonstration. This guy Daniel.
Yeah.
Like I've watched that a couple of times. I've like sort of like started nitpicking some of the points that he puts across. I also found there's like a PowerPoint that somebody put up on LinkedIn, which actually uses the same slides that Daniel used.
Yeah.
So I've just like sort of started like nitpicking at that. So the process that it basically follows is that I start, you know, like with a conversation about, you know, touching on 3 things, which is, you know, like alkalinity, about microclustering and antioxidization.
Yes.
And then touching on, you know, like water ain't water, you know, like looking at tap water. And especially because I'm going to be working in New South Wales, talking about the fact that they use chlorine to remove contaminants, but that especially in New South Wales, there's high concentrations of lye, which is supposed to be used to balance the pH, but that there's, you know,
so
huge amounts of...
that you've got a really great, I need to sort of keep moving forward with you.
Yeah.
Out of it. If you make sure that you can put that down and keep your thoughts and your ideas, really brainstorm and map that out onto your, as a business plan, I suppose you'd sort of approach it as, where this is your marketing strategy. I'm going to go to gyms, contact the owners, have a conversation, work, offer, you know, basically with the end goal of being able to introduce their people to a presentation that you want to make, which is all about information stuff. And then from there, you have your call to action, because what you want to do is you can do those talks, draw them into, if you want to, you know, like stay on top of the stuff that I'm producing, come into my water group on Facebook, and that's where you keep delivering the same way as Anna has her heart blueprint. And people come into there where they'll sort of want to, you know, if they're not part of the business already, the people that are already in the business in that group, for example, other people, there's a certain camaraderie between people that are already in the business. So when you've got new people coming into that, people have FOMO and they want to know more and they want to get better results. So you want to make sure that you're inviting into that group people that you already know that use the water and go to the gym. Just ask them to be a part of your water group on Facebook, so that you can then combine that, so that you can...
Well, because people would want to see results.
Yes, and that way, and not everybody's ready right on the night you do your presentation. And that's why Dr. Michael has the family and friends group, because people come in, they want to know about the water, but they're not ready to buy just yet. There's no pressure. But when you make your offers from time to time, like Anna has got in her pinned post about, you know, from time to time we're going to make offers to be able to support you moving forward. That's what you will do, and it will bring them into your funnel, which is the 10%. So you're probably doing 20.
But that's the thing though. Like, I don't know moving forward if I'll be like moving people into GAS.
No, it doesn't have to be into GAS, but you still have to have a way to communicate with them. Now, unless you are in their face every day, people are too busy. They won't, you'll lose them. And if you don't have them in that moment, you have to have the connection with them. The Facebook group is the best way to be able to have them in your space without having that pressure. Then when you do a call to action, hey, whatever it might be, here's my offer. You're able to see them. In the old days, it was done through email marketing. You have to have that connection with them to keep reminding them they don't know what they don't know. And they're so busy, they can't keep up with that. So that's why you've got to be front of mind. When somebody talks about water and hydration, you've got to be the one that comes to mind. If they're in your group and you're engaging them in conversation that's really relevant to them, they can participate in their own time, in their own leisure, but you haven't lost them. Then when you make the offer and they say, oh, you know, because some people can just turn sick all of a sudden, they don't even realize it. And then, oh shit, all of a sudden this is more important. I need to go speak to that guy because he gives the great information. That leads to sales then. And that means that it sells. And if there's people there that are interested in the business, it can still be a business. It doesn't have to be Gaz. Still maximizing the online presence so that you don't burn yourself out trying to keep in touch with everyone. Because once the hard part is getting them once. The next part is keeping them. And you can have some people there for years before they build up enough trust in you that then once something shifts in their life, bang, they know where to go to. You become the go-to guy. Okay? So that's the best way to be able to at least manage the leads that you gain from your face-to-face. Because it's great for our ego to say, yep, we want to do all these talks. And if you don't have a management system in the back end, it's hard on your body, it's hard on your spirit, it's hard on your mind and your heart. So that's why you've got to come and have a way of connecting with them beyond the first touch. Okay, but that's where you can reach anybody, anywhere. You decide you want to go for a holiday to New Zealand, you can go to gym owners over there. Hey, this is what I do. I do a promotion. I do a presentation. People like it. You come home to wherever you want to be, and you're still in touch with them. It helps to keep you location free. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
So make sure you map out that strategy, because when we get all excited, it's easy to get, we get so excited and we remember everything. But as time goes on and life gets in the way and distraction comes, some of the details can drop off. Okay. So I'm glad that you're doing well with that. So what's your message? What's your underlying single outcome message? Like, what is your whole reason?
That the one thing we take for granted could potentially be killing us.
Yes. Oh, that's just like that. Beautiful. Because that
the one thing we heavily rely on and take for granted could be killing us.
Beautiful. Because people are like, what? People, they fear death. And they want longevity.
That the one thing that we're doing on a daily basis and rely so heavily on could be the one thing making us sick.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Beautiful. Beautiful.
So that's my main message.
Beautiful. So eloquent and intriguing. And then you come in and go, bang, bang, bang. I can see it. I can actually feel you doing the presentations. And I can feel you being on point. You know, like I can see you, because here's the thing. When you used to be in Sydney, you were a certain type of person, You are not that person anymore.
No way.
And I've just watched you in 2 weeks, because I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. The way you conduct yourself, do you remember the first time we spoke? About all your
stories, bullshit, being in my head.
Yes. Now look at you. You have a single message. You have a plan, and you are about to fucking rock it. I am so freaking proud of you. That change is palpable. That's freaking awesome.
Well, because the biggest thing, I guess, is because I've removed myself from a situation where, I was putting, Anna up on a pedestal. I allowed myself to lose my self-respect by being subservient.
Yes. It's not until you step into your own power that you realize you're not meant to be next to somebody else in their shadow.
Exactly.
You're actually okay to shine. And it's hard to shine when you don't know what you stand for, which means that as soon as you don't know what you stand for, any wind that comes, you fall over, you run back to the subservience.
Yeah.
So you can now recognize that at any point you find yourself in a shitty place, it's because you have lost your message. You have lost your attachment. You have not clung to your purpose.
And doing Alex Tripod's 21-day manifestation challenge has really been helping a lot.
Beautiful. I didn't see you at the mastermind. Were you there?
No, unfortunately, that's where, this whole situation comes into play. The dynamic between Anna and I stopped working.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, our relationship has deteriorated a lot.
I can understand that.
So I was supposed to go with her, but it was her decision to not let me go with her.
Ah, that's interesting. Okay. Each to their own, buddy.
Yeah.
And each to their own. Okay, and I think that's the beautiful part about recognizing that we are not responsible for anybody else's journey, and that's their business. We have our own to take care of.
Well, look, the main reason it deteriorated was because, she's very heavily reliant on support from, me and Asha while she's building her empire. And everybody else is left to pick up the pieces, and I don't want to be that person anymore.
High five. That's you, bud. That's you. High five. Good job. Good job. I'm so freaking proud of you.
Like I had to do that for me, because otherwise I'd be dancing around, just all this just stupid sort of back and forth, and until I found my own self-respect, I would have just been sitting there bottling it up, and I don't want to do that anymore. So
I'm so freaking proud of you, because there's nothing more emasculating than a man sneaking around in the shadows. A man needs to own who they are and stand and be the king of their own life. Because then when they are the king of their own life, they bring in their own queen. They bring in the abundance that royalty commands.
Yep.
So freaking proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Anchor that. Okay? You've got 2 minutes. But what I also want you to do, you can't just let one, because I understand the need to get out and about and be amongst people. I get that. I really do. But at the same time, the caution is make sure that you keep your online presence in
absolutely.
Simply because, and you can do that across multiple platforms, but keep it consistent. So that when they meet you in person, they will go and find you, even if they don't do anything on the day that you are presenting. Even if that person, people guard their tribe. So gym owners guard their membership because there's all sorts of hawkers, which is why you have to come in with value. You might have an online presence, as in like, here's a 3-day education thing that they get via email that you can offer people, so that when they come in, to get to know, like, and trust you, you can say, can we come to a joint venture on this? This is what I think that would be awesome. I would love to serve your people this way. This is what they would be getting. This is how they will benefit and how it will enhance their results. From there, I'm happy. It would be awesome if we could arrange a live event so that people can see that I'm a real person and that I stand in my integrity, and here are the results. what we can do is we can enhance, like if they do, just as an example, you set that person, the gym owner, up as a person who buys their product. Anybody that buys product goes through them, so they feel benefits financially. And then from there, they can do the email, sign up for your email course, 3 or 7 days or whatever, and then develop an email response system beyond that. And then from there, do the live event, and then keep them informed and activated in the Facebook group to keep that community hopping. All right. And then you can trip anywhere doing that, buddy. But you will stand in your own power. So what I'd also like you to do is to make sure that you map that out, so that you know, okay, this is step 1, this is step 2, from beginning to end. All right. So I want to have that done by next week. Okay. And keep doing your inner practice. Keep doing your gratitudes. Whatever you are doing, it's freaking amazing, and it's working for you. I can't believe the transformation. And I'm so proud of you already. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome, babe, because you have earned this. This is not me. This is all you. Okay? I've given you that strategy from when I used to do business coaching. People used to pay me a lot of money for that. People used to pay me $6,000 to get to that point. All right? You're fucking amazing. Own it. Don't let me down.
No.
Be that.
No way.
Be that beautiful guy that we all know and love. And I want to watch him rise like a fucking star.
I'm so excited to get back to that.
Yeah. You come back to Sydney in a different way.
Yeah.
You come back and you own that shit. You are not slinking in the slums anymore.
No.
You are shining through the sunshine.
Yeah.
All right. So fucking proud of you.
Because I just feel like I've got like serious purpose.
Yeah, you do.
Serious purpose.
I can see it where you have that same charisma and that same ownership of presence as professional, as on point, constantly growing, heart-based.
Of course.
With a strong support system.
Yeah.
Because you will need it. It will get hard, and not everyone's going to say no. I mean, not everyone's
going to say yes. Yeah.
But you let that fuel you.
But like, I already have it in my head that like already, like with this business, that like not everybody's going to say yes, but to still be able to put my message across, to not just end the conversation with, oh, okay, no worries. Oh, okay. All right. But to sort of leave the conversation where there's either a chance to come back in a couple of months, or, like if it's a moment of, like maybe not today, tomorrow, or like in a week, but still to have that relationship there so that there's still an exchange going on. And that they can build, like that they can basically make the decision for themselves.
That's what Clint did, and that's called the follow-up. Remember, Clint talked about doing always stay connected in that freedom team.
Yep.
Okay? Always stay there, because the gold and the value in there is freaking phenomenal. Clint's a really good one to connect with belly to belly on this.
Yep.
Because he's done the belly to belly in the real world.
That's right.
He used that to build his inner character.
Yeah.
That's why he is unstoppable on the stage, because he built his inner character belly to belly. Most business people do. But the other part of it is that the follow-up strategies, so have the reason, the reasons that you're going to connect with them in a few months. Just, yeah, hi, how you doing? How's things? But if you're not just wasting their time. You have a strategy of each point why you're contacting them so that you're not wasting their time. So put all of that in that plan. This becomes your business operation manual.
Yep.
And you just you do it with one person, one place first, because you don't want to mess up the connections. It's like when people come into the gas business, they're so freaking excited and they go out and touch everybody, but they don't know what they're doing, so they don't realize it's appropriate. Learn the rules, practice it with one, tighten it up, and then go again till you end up with a finely oiled machine. Once you've done that, once you've got it all worked out from there, then you go to the next stage, to the next one, and then you practice the ironed out one, and then tighten it up again. Over time, you will become so finely oiled, you'll be able to do it with your hands tied and still create phenomenal results. Okay, people need that connection, but it needs to be valuable for them.
100%.
All right, beautiful. So happy for you. Looking forward to being able to see where you go. Ta-da! There's my plan. And where you're able to, when are you heading back to Sydney?
My flight's on Monday.
Okay, have this done before Monday. Know who your people are, because especially in the beginning, it's very hard to move, to make those changes. So while you've got this fresh energy, use it to push into the right direction so that don't just, when you start sliding. Stay focused, stay connected. Connect in with the support group. Have that list of people that you know are going to support and serve you to achieve what you know you're here to do. I freaking love your message.
Because and that was one of the things I was going to do as well, because I know that there's at least 2 or 3 people in the dream team that live in Sydney. And so
stay connected with that. And then make more dream teamers in Sydney. Fuck yeah, then they're your people.
Exactly. My 30 Johns.
Yes, your new generation Johns, buddy. Fuck yeah, good job. Happy. All right, buddy, take care, and we'll see you next week. Like I said, your main thing is get that out. I want it really fleshed out, all the details in there, because then that way there's nothing left to chance and you don't lose the good shit.
No, 100%. I'll map everything out, and I'll separate the gym owners and the members.
And you start collecting names and details, and researching their profiles, and start to profile them so that you know them when they're there. They won't know you, so don't assume a certain degree of familiarity. That's what Facebook does, and it freaks people out. All right, well done, buddy. Keep going with what you're doing with your journaling and your gratitude. There, and I really look forward to connecting with you.
Likewise. Can't wait.
Take care, buddy. Mwah. Bye.
Mwah. Bye.